Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for dropping by the channel. Today I'm just putting together a really quick video to respond to some of the news that I think shook the watch community a little bit today, and that was the fact that Hodinkee released an article indicating that Seiko is leaving Baselworld for 2020. Now this seems like an auspicious day because also today I just picked up my very first Rolex. I'm currently wearing this two-tone Datejust. I'm going to put out a full review on this watch after I wear it for a little bit, so stick around for that video on my channel. But back to the story at hand. So Seiko, apparently, and Grand Seiko are not going to be attending Baselworld 2020. Now, I actually predicted this a few months ago, I would say late in the summer, because at that time I took a trip to Germany, and while I was in Europe, I went to visit the German Watch Museum in Glashütte, and I also met up with somebody I'm very close to, a very reliable source that works for one of the biggest watch manufacturers, one of the biggest Japan watch manufacturers. I'm not going to say specifically which one, but he had a lot of insight about the watch industry, especially in Europe, and especially because he's attended Baselworld for numerous years. I was able to actually go over a couple of things with him, discuss my predictions, but I never posted anything publicly about this yet. But because Hodinkee did come up with this article, I think what is going to happen, and I'm going to say this now on my channel, is that with Seiko and Grand Seiko leaving Baselworld, it's highly likely, in my opinion, that some of the other bigger Japanese watch manufacturers will also pull out. And specifically, I'm talking about Casio and I'm talking about Citizen. I think they just work, and their work stream and projects are so well aligned with Seiko that with Seiko leaving, this could really spend the end of Baselworld, really, because not too long ago, you got to remember that some of the other bigger brands, like from the Swatch Group, they pulled out and they just hosted their own trade shows, and they were able to save a lot of money that way. In addition, with the new schedule, the new timing of Baselworld, it does interfere with a lot of operations in Japan, so it doesn't really surprise me that Seiko decided to pull out. And honestly, Seiko's marketing is doing fine by themselves. I mean, anyone who's seen the recent release of the new Seiko 5s, which are basically really strong homages to the Seiko SKX, but they just come out with tons of different designs and different colorways. I think with that type of advertising already out there, you really don't need a trade show like Baselworld to showcase these things. You get a lot of media presence, and a lot of authorized dealers carry the new models. So I think they're going to do fine on their own. I think this might be a sign of the times. Baselworld always seemed a little rigid, and they always seemed a little harsh, allowing Japanese watch brands into the conference. It was always slower for them to get things through the proper channels to attend these conferences, based on my source. So I'm not surprised overall, and maybe this will spur other trade shows, or maybe it'll also help move the watch industry into the future, because it is an old school industry as well. I feel like they're still very much, like handshake only, or catalogs, paper catalogs, where if you think of other businesses, it's all about e-commerce and just having a stronger social media presence. So who knows, this might be a good thing. That's all I really wanted to say in this video. I didn't want to take away too much of your guys' time. Thanks for checking out the content. And if you like what you're seeing, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.